So,
Okay.
let's continue with the discussion of the Swordmaster style moves, starting with
Yeah, sure.
Agni and Rudra. The default move, aerial
Oh
throws,
yeah.
is it?
It must be something like that. It's like a yeah, it should be. I really don't remember the name. Only thing I know is like the X shape. And they took this move from the final move from the it's like almost the same move
From
from the
Jetstream.
Stinger version. But yeah, this move, yeah, it's pretty good. It does solid damage. I think it does like the same damage as it would like a Stinger or something like that. But yeah, this move is really simple. He just does the slash, which knocks back any enemy. It's good just for the style,
Yeah,
you
it
know,
may look
vary up a
simple
bit.
to you, but if we spawn enemy like the spider, Arachne.
Yeah, of course, Agni and Rudra are good against them because of the fire.
And this move alone can stun her or him when she tries to attack.
Didn't know that one. So it must be have like a really high stun value, which makes sense. Like since it's like a strong single move, it should have like a lot of stun.
Yeah. So that's a good thing you just told me that this move comes from the jet stream.
Yeah, if you hold the attack button, it does the final slash. It's almost identical in terms of anim. No, nah, it's actually different in animations, but I always thought it was like the same thing.
Okay, let me just reset the camera so we can test it. Yeah.
Yeah, check it out.
Yeah.
Nah, he does like a horizontal slash instead of like an X-shaped slash. Yeah, so it's different. But yeah, I always thought it was like the same thing. But yeah, this move, yeah, it's pretty cool. It's there. But
Oh.
it's like a single hard-hitting move, which is cool.
And when we do the jump and then we do the style button, then it is actually a different move than this one.
Oh yeah, sure. It's really big difference. This one does a lot of damage and knocks back almost any enemy. And this one's really good for jump canceling because it does a lot of damage. And it's good for jump canceling, especially on enemies that don't get knocked back
Can you
because
show
it does a
us?
lot of good damage.
Can you show us that once again, the jump canceling one?
You can do it like jumping and shooting, or you can jump cancel it over an enemy. But yeah, this move is good against bosses or like enemies that don't get knocked back. Because, you can keep doing it and doing it and doing it, and does a lot of damage. So like on Jaster, the Leviathan's, is it Leviathan's Heart? What's the name of that boss? Which has
Yeah.
like the
Yeah.
yeah, it's pretty good. It's because if you're not good at jump canceling, you can do jump shoot and cancel, which you shoot and you spam the shoot button and the attack button. You can,
Oh.
yeah. Oh yeah, you have to have Ebony and Ivory for the shotgun.
Yeah, this
Just
is
easy make
really
it work.
neat.
That's pretty good to know, especially if you're not really good at jump canceling. But yeah, but of course, in the Swordmaster style, it's just like the how do I say it? The aerial raid for Rebellion. Except this move has like a pretty cool animation, which he comes down like attacking and does like the slash and stuff, which is by itself is a pretty good animation. But yeah, other than that, it's like yeah, you hit the enemy in the air. Usual for a Swordmaster style, you gotta have a move that hits the enemy in the air.
Yeah, the name of this move is Sky Dance, I think.
Makes sense. But yeah, it's a pretty cool move. And this unique animation for it's also really good. But yeah, of course, you can also do like crazy stuff like jump hits and jump on enemy and stuff. And yeah, also a really cool thing is that the animation stay as long as you're in the air, which is really cool.
Hmm. And
And
you
like the Cerberus revolver move. As long as you stay in the air, he's gonna still keep spinning.
so like you go to the top of a tower and try that.
Yeah, you're gonna come down spinning until you hit the ground and you do the final attack. Yeah,
Oh,
pretty cool move.
yeah, let's discuss the crawler.
No, yeah, this move, I try to find like a cool use for it, like a useful way to use it, but it does a little damage. It's just there for style, really. It doesn't do much, but it's pretty cool.
I think
It's
the
like a
same.
really cool move.
The damage is very little, so much little.
Yeah, it does very little damage. But it's cool, because most of the Swordmaster moves are, inspired by the actual boss that did the move. So
Oh,
you see Agni and Rudra doing this move when they get together.
yeah,
And
exactly.
yeah, it's cool. It's a really cool move, but it does little damage, which I think it makes sense because if you look at Drive as well, the Rebellion Drive, it also doesn't do that much damage, but I think they had something against moves like that involve the sword and range attacks. But yeah, the range on this attack it's almost infinite. It goes really far, kind of
Hmm.
like Drive.
This
But yeah,
one,
other than that, doesn't do much damage. You're there for style, really.
so the range is also a short one.
No, the range is pretty good. I remember the range being like a. I remember reaching the entire other side of Bloody Palace. I'm not really sure, but I remember the range being good. It goes really far. You can see it for yourself.
Hmm.
Yeah, it goes kind of far.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah, it goes pretty far. But yeah, the only thing that it does is it pokes the enemy, puts a little fire on him. It doesn't do that much.
And also, it doesn't launch the enemies because we have the twister.
Twister?
Twister, yeah. So,
Oh, right, yeah. It doesn't launch the enemy, but if it did launch, damn, this move would be good. It would launch like enemies in a row, but nah, it's gonna be balanced. So it doesn't do much. It's just there for style.
what's wrong with the shadows of the HD collection? Is it same with you?
I don't know. It's been a long time since I touched Devil May Cry 3 on my computer. But yeah, I think it's bound to have some like these lighting issues. But of course, your Devil May Cry should be filled with mods, so I think it should be able to do something with that. Or maybe it's this room. I don't know.
Okay, can you please share your experience with the twister?
Thursday?
Yeah.
Damn, yeah, this move is cool as hell. It's like one of the best Swordmaster moves. Itself, it's pretty good. Launches like any enemies around you and launches them really up in the air, which is great for itself. You can do some good combos with it. Yeah, it's fast. It's really fast compared to what it does. A circle around you that launches enemies? Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, the plus point is it can launch multiple enemies.
Yeah, it's good. It's amazing. And great move.
But the only problem, two problems I have with this one is the range is somewhat short.
Man, if it was any bigger, damn, this would be really good. But yeah, of course, gotta be a little short. Yeah, itself's pretty good. Of course, you don't even need Tempest. It's still good. You lost the enemies and good,
And
stylish.
and the second problem I have with Twister is that it has a very short animation.
Oh yeah, that's really a shame, really. But I think if the animation was longer, they would need to like make it an active hitbox. But this isn't like an active hitbox. It only hits the enemy once and makes them launch. It would be cool if you could like extend the animation and keep the enemy near, like a prop shredder or something.
Yeah, so you think Crimson Beta will fix this?
Nah. I think this is out of their reach. Extending the animation, putting like a.
Mm,
Yeah, I don't remember them showing it like in the trailer.
but they said
This
something
one.
about hitboxes.
Oh yeah, jump canceling hitboxes are much bigger, and also yeah, enemies hitboxes in general are a little bit bigger, but especially the jump canceling, jumping off an enemy hitboxes are really big now.
So that
I
will
think
help
they're
many
mostly talking
beginners
about
like
that.
me.
Yeah, it sure will make like doing crazy combos much easier because Devil May Cry 3 has like a really inconsistent like jump canceling hitboxes on some enemies.
So
But yeah.
So I was saying the second problem with the short animation, because of the shortest animation, many people have problem with the ultimate Tempest and the Tempest.
Oh yeah, because it's short. You really, if you want to do it on itself, do Tempest, you gotta be like a button masher god, or you buffer it.
Yeah.
But yeah, you cannot do Tempest on doing this alone. You gotta buffer it some way. Especially if you're on turbo. Yeah, actually, I don't know. You buffered it, right? Oh, I actually did it alone. But yeah, you need to mash the button a lot to do it alone. But it's better to just mash it. But it's also good that it's a short animation. That means you can like launch the enemy and jump and do combos and stuff.
So you just told me that you did that on your first try.
Yeah. Hold on, let me see if I can do it again.
I
No.
don't think that's possible.
I just did it again.
I don't know. Maybe you have a better keyboard
But yeah, my fingers. If I do that too much, I'm probably gonna start hurting my fingers.
I cannot.
See, you can do it, but on turbo, it's pretty much impossible. On turbo, you have really little time to button mash.
Okay, so while we're at it, let's talk about the Tempest and Ultimate Tempest.
Mm, wait, what's the difference in Tempest and the Ultimate Tempest?
Tempest is the normal. Tempest is the normal range combo. This one.
Okay.
And the Ultimate Tempest is when instead of mashing the style button, you mash the attack button instead, and that will prolong the animation of the Tempest, and that is a hidden move in Devil May Cry 3.
Never knew about that one.
Really?
I always heard about it, but I thought it was like fake or something. I thought it was just people making theories and stuff.
No. I have already made like 3 or 4 videos. I recently made a video where I went up against the chessboard pawns and knights.
Yeah, sure. The boss fight, right?
The chessboard.
Yeah.
And this move actually works best against the stationary enemies.
Oh yeah, makes sense.
And it is the most high damaging move in the game.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure in the PS2 version it's like does like even more damage. I think they nerfed it a little bit, didn't they?
Let me show you the difference between. Oops.
Go ahead. I don't really want to mash my controller. Oh, yeah, that goes for longer. Yeah, I've seen a lot of like task videos that do that, especially like against the Leviathan's hard, and and the Gigapede, yeah.
So it's a shame that Devil May Cry 3 doesn't really tell you about this move.
Yeah, I don't think it really tells you even in a move list. Yeah, it's pretty strange. I don't see any reason why they would implement this in the first place. But yeah, it's a cool secret.
So instead of mashing the style button, you start mashing the attack button once you are about to pull off the Tempest.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind because it does a lot of damage.
Try it.
Yeah, Tempest itself. Let's see. So you gotta do like a Tempest, right? Wait, you gotta mash the attack button or both? The style button and the attack button?
Just the attack button.
Okay. Let's see. Oh. Okay. I think I understand it now. Okay. I didn't know that one.
So, when do you use the Tempest?
When, well, Tempest, when you do it, it knocks like the small enemies really far back. So it's really good when you want to, I don't know, do a lot of damage to a lot of enemies around you. Or you want to do a lot of damage to like a stationary boss when he's like really exposed.
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea how the hitboxes on Tempest work. I don't know if they're like a really gigantic square around you, or
Yeah.
if they only do damage like on airborne enemies. I'm really not sure. I don't really mess around much with this move, but only thing I know, it does a lot of damage around you. But you know, the only problem with it is that it knocks the enemies really far back,
Mm.
and you're not really exposed while doing it because you're mostly in the air. So you only really get hit when you're coming down from the Tempest. But yeah, as I said it before, like one of the greatest Swordmaster moves. It's really good.
So, wouldn't it be more cool if we could pull off Tempest without pulling off the Twister?
Hmm. Yeah, it would be cool, but that's the thing with these games. When you only have like two attack buttons, you gotta do like the attack string with one another. So, but if you could do like Tempest on by itself, yeah, it would really be good because it does like a lot of damage. But it's better off being like stuck with Twister. You know? It makes sense, you know. He spins the sword up in above his head, then it goes above in the air. Yeah, it links with one another.
So, have you seen any X-Men movies? Marvel?
Nah, not really.
Okay.
But is the move inspired by one of those?
No, actually, there are mutants who have some unique powers. Like, for example, there's a mutant who can actually slow down time, just like Quicksilver.
Hmm. Well, yeah, Quicksilver is that's good. I have no idea how much Quicksilver slows down time by, but I think it's like 70%,
Hmm?
something like that.
Let's see. Where was it? In system?
It's gonna be really hard to compare because you know when you're on Quicksilver, you're the fast one. The enemies slow down, so it's really hard to find out really. But, we'll leave that for another time.
Okay. Um, should we skip to the Nevan?
Nevan? Yeah, I think we should. We covered most of the moves, right? No. Oh,
Never used this
so
one.
really,
Yeah.
it's pretty good, especially because you know since it's there for you know style purposes. Oops,
Okay.
wrong one. But yeah, it's good
So it's
since you
basically
know.
a melee attack.
Yeah, which Nevan really doesn't have. You know, the only like melee attack it has is the neutral one, which is really short hitbox. This one, which is yeah, it's cool by itself, but this one's really good because it does good damage. It would do like the same damage as the combo wave from Rebellion, I think.
Okay.
And the best thing about it, it does good damage. It doesn't send the enemy flying away, and you get into stance, the Nevan stance, so you can do like anything
Ah,
else after it.
the tune-up.
So yeah, you can do anything after it since you get into stance.
That's
Yeah,
something new to me.
yeah, it's pretty good. It's good moves. Of course, it's simple. It just slashes the enemy. But you can see Dante doing this with the cutscene where he acquires Nevan. The sword actually turns into like a scythe. So yeah, pretty cool.
And this one?
What's the name? Do you remember?
No, I don't think so.
Well, I also don't really remember, but it's really good. This thing hits the enemy so many times, and the best thing about it, it's around us. It's like a constant attack that's around you. So any enemies that come near you are also gonna get hit. But yeah, this one is really good. It hits the enemy multiple times, does good damage, and it's quite fast. And it also ends in a pretty cool animation.
I've seen many newcomers struggling with Nevan.
Oh yeah, it's because when I also started, I didn't really understand that, and okay, you get into stance, now what? You gotta let the enemies come close. But that's the thing with Nevan, you don't really do this attack much. Normally you get the enemies with this attack, and you do the thing. And another thing is that you can't really combo Nevan into other weapons because this animation you gotta be like completely stopped to use it.
Okay.
The only way to like cancel an animation with Nevan when you're using like another weapon is doing the back one, the back and attack you lock on, or the forward one.
Okay.
But this by itself, you can't really combo much with it. But yeah, if you're gonna use like Nevan in another weapon, which the original game only allows you with 2 weapons, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you can only do this and switch to the other weapon to do combos and stuff. But yeah, you just really gotta find some uses for Nevan. You gotta learn it first. That's the problem with it.
Okay, let's do the Nevan. Let's dedicate a single video to Nevan for the next time.
Well, sure. Oh, this move. Oh, we didn't cover the crazy combo for this one. But it also does the same thing.
Okay.
It pretty much sends the enemy flying away, and it does a lot of hits. I don't remember if this knocks back the enemy or if they keep on, they stand on their feet. I don't remember. Do you remember?
The crazy combo name I remember is Crazy Roll.
I don't really remember as well, but yeah, it's pretty good.
So, what's the basic difference with this one and the crazy combo that does more damage?
Yeah, it does more damage, but I think the difference is this one doesn't send the enemy flying away, I think.
Okay.
I'm not really sure, I don't remember. And this one really sends the enemy flying away. Of course, it does good damage. And crazy animation. Good, good move in general. Now this move, man, hold on. This move is hard to find a use for. I'm not really sure how much damage it does because mostly you almost never have time to fully charge it up, but if you can do like in the middle of the gameplay, it's good. But the problem is, it doesn't track the enemy. It only goes forward, and it takes a really long time to actually charge it up. And I'm not really even sure if it does much damage. I don't remember. There's not much time you can use this move. The enemy has to come to you in a straight line. You gotta be safe so you don't get hit while doing it.
Okay.
And if the enemy moves away just a little bit, you're gonna miss. So yeah, this move is really situational. You're not gonna find many situations to use it.
So what do you suggest here? Is it for single enemy or for crowd?
Crowd? I doubt it will hit crowd since it's just a straight line.
Yeah.
But it could work on like some dumb enemies that just come straight forward towards you, like what's the name of the one that really doesn't get launched and like stands perfectly, doesn't get knocked away, doesn't get launched. What's his name?
The Hell Envy?
I think it is, but yeah, this move maybe it will work on enigmas. But the problem is, if you're playing like a really high difficulty, the enigmas are gonna hate you before you can actually charge this thing up.
Yeah.
So yeah, this move is really difficult to find a situation to use it. Of course, you can use it for style. You can like just to spice it up a little bit, feel like a really quick.
Okay, so
But yeah.
For the final one, the second crazy combo, which is feedback, I think it was. No.
Hmm.
Yeah, it was something like feedback, I think.
Isn't feedback like this one? I'm not really sure.
This one is pretty tough to execute sometimes because you don't exactly know which two buttons to press.
Oh, you gotta look at the stance, for example. Uh, okay, so the left side is the end of the guitar. It's the pointy end.
Okay,
And the right side is the end with the scythe, the
okay,
one that he's holding. So you
okay,
gotta keep that in mind so you don't get confused.
okay,
Left side, the pointy end, the straight end. Right side, the scythe end. Which is good to know the difference because this move is really good. And this one's not really good because it's much faster than this one. This one takes a while to charge. This one charges up really fast.
So right now, which two buttons on your keyboard you are pressing or holding to execute the crazy combo 2?
Oh, this one? So it's the left side. The left side, so it's the straight pointy side. So you mash that thing, and you can actually buffer it. So you can do like, see? I didn't really spend much time doing the. So you can buffer it like, and you can do it faster.
So you are pressing A and what keys?
So if I was on keyboard, no, wait, nah, let's put it like universally because my buttons that I use on keyboard are I for attack,
Okay,
and so basically you just do the attack, but when you're doing this, you can mash it to buffer it and
okay,
put to the left side of the character. Right now it's the right side, but it's the left side of the character.
okay,
And you mash the attack button.
cool.
Yeah. And
Do you have any idea if we can actually charge or buffer the real impact?
real impact?
Yeah, this one.
No, that thing is not bufferable, I think. No, you can't buffer it. There's a crazy combo if you hit it, which is the Tatsu from the Street Fighter.
Yeah.
But this thing, yeah, it's really slow. It's supposed to be slow since it's such a hard hitting move, but you can't really do it. No, you can't do it after an attack. But yeah, this is really slow. You gotta set up the enemies when you're standing still, then you do it. This is the uppercut, which
Yeah.
is it's a bit strange how they decided to map the input for it. You gotta press like the button to attack twice. But yeah, this move is also really good. Hit the enemy multiple times, even in the air, if you charge it up, of course.
Alright, thank you, and we will discuss the Beowulf in next video.
Alright, fair enough. Bye bye.